Thank you. Senator Lummis.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. Congratulations to you and to our ranking member. Look forward to working with you both. Mr. Zeldin, it's great to see you. Thank you for accepting this nomination, appearing before this committee. I enjoyed serving with you in the U.S. House and look forward to serving with you in your new role at EPA. I also want to extend my warmest welcome to your family. I want to start with a very, very fundamental question and give you an example. The question is it your job as EPA administrator to follow the science or follow the law? Here's the question associated with that question. Clean Power Plan 2.0 has rules associated with it that run afoul of the Supreme Court's ruling in West Virginia versus EPA. So as administrator, will you follow the law, both in statute and as interpreted by the Supreme Court?
Senator, on every situation, if confirmed as EPA administrator, my first obligation will always be to follow my obligations under the law.
With regard to goals and clean air, is the goal to have clean air, or is the goal to eliminate specific fuels?
The goal, the reason why a regulation might be in place is the end state of wanting to have the cleanest, safest, healthiest air, drinking water. That is the goal, the end state of all the conversations that we might have, any regulations that might get passed, any laws that might get passed by Congress. What brings us all together should be the ultimate goal of having clean air and clean water.
That is my goal as well, and I look forward to working with you to accomplish that goal. I spent 4 days in October in Silicon Valley, mostly meeting with firms that are developing artificial intelligence. If the U.S. is to be the leader in developing AI, we need abundant energy, and it has to be baseload energy. The demands of artificial intelligence for energy are going to be extraordinary. And so our goal, as you and I agree, is to provide that additional abundant energy so the United States can remain the leader in the world on the development of artificial intelligence, provide that additional energy in the cleanest way possible. And in some instances, that may involve finding the absolute cleanest way to continue to use fossil fuels. I want to point out to you, if you look at how clean natural gas is in the United States compared to other countries and compared to other sources of energy, you'll be stunned at how clean it is. Yet, sometimes this panel and others tend to lump all fossil fuels together and assume that they cannot be provided as part of the energy baseload in this country in a clean way. I'd like to invite you to Wyoming so we can show you that there are ways that fossil fuel can be used and that carbon capture and sequestration can be used to help include all types of fuels in developing the energy this country needs in order to be artificial intelligence leader of the world. Now, I have another question with regard to small refineries. Thank you for indulging that editorial comment. Are you aware that there are more than 100 petitions for hardship relief that remain to be decided by EPA, some dating back more than 5 years with regard to small refineries? And if confirmed, can we work together to outline an expedient timeline for reaching decisions?
Yes, Senator.
Thank you. I want to include a couple of other questions that I think are of significance with regard to PFAS. And I'm running between two hearings, so excuse me if I'm being repetitive. Do you plan to ensure that EPA's policies are effective while protecting passive receivers from lawsuits and consumers with unreasonably high utility bills? And let me explain here. The Biden administration's plan to designate legacy PFAS as hazardous substances under CERCLA can impose liability on entities like municipal water systems that did not produce or knowingly handle these chemicals. So these entities are called passive receivers. I know that it's true at airports. They have PFAS issues as well. And so these passive receivers are now vulnerable to lawsuits that literally could bankrupt small local governments across the nation. My concern is that, of course, we address PFAS issues, but not in a way that submits small local municipal water systems and airports to litigation.
Senator, thank you for raising this issue, and I've heard it from your colleagues on this committee on both sides of the aisle during my meetings. It's something that is a big issue to you, and it will therefore be a big issue for me. And I also saw it in my home county of Suffolk County, where we had PFAS issues. The passive receiver issue is something where it could get passed down to the consumer, where they end up paying for the cleanup costs in a way that we need to be cognizant of at the EPA.
Thank you, Mr. Zeldin. Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'm sorry I ran over.
No, good.